We're just about to hit the 1 year mark since Tesla shocked the world with the Cybertruck Unveil. Technically, they unveiled it on November 21st, and I'm uploading this on the 20th, so it's almost been a year, but if you factor into 2020 was a leap year, so we had one extra day, and if you're watching this the day after it was uploaded, then yeah, straight on the money, it's been around 365 days since Tesla unveiled the Cybertruck, and it has changed the shape of the EV space in ways than more people can imagine. It's very easy to get caught up in today's day and age with so many different EV startups and so many different brands coming forward with different range estimates and different promises to when vehicles are going to reach delivery. But I think a real pivotal point in Tesla's history lied in that evening of November 21st, 2019. Yes, very Blade Runner-esque, and it's easy to take the Cybertruck for granted now because in the past year we've gotten so used to its design and we've gotten comfortable with the pricing and the range estimates. But keep in mind that back when Tesla unveiled that there would be an electric pickup truck that could go over 500 miles on a charge, that was not really a common thing. There were not that many EV companies saying they could do anything like that, including Tesla, which at the time, pre-battery day, the only vehicle that was even theoretically capable of going over 500 miles would be either the Tesla Roadster or the Semi, neither of which have launched, sadly. But it made more sense with those vehicles because they were well into six figures, and the fact that Tesla was pricing this vehicle at $69,000 was pretty much jaw-dropping, and the price and the specs is what the Cybertruck delivered so heavily on. But were people pumped? Was everyone reserving one? Was the stock skyrocketing now that there is a $40,000 electric pickup truck with such great durability and tough glass and so much functionality between the adaptive air suspension, the built-in air compressor, the tailgate ramp? Did all of this instantly sell people? No, not at all. If you remember it even remotely, you'll recall that the morning after the stock dropped pretty fast, people thought it was a joke. They thought it was horrendous. They thought it was ugly, and they thought Tesla had dropped the ball on this one, quite literally, especially when Franz threw that metal ball against the glass and shattered not just the front window, but also the back window. Found out later, but we didn't know at the time of unveiling, but they'd been throwing that ball at the Cybertruck pretty much all day, and that probably weakened some of that armored glass to make it just fragile enough to break on impact on stage. Obviously a botched demo, and frankly, I remember reacting to the event live on Twitch, and it threw off the whole vibe of the event. Everyone was a bit more doubtful now about the truck. Elon felt very anxious and nervous on stage, and frankly, I am sure he's playing it back in his head a million times. Why didn't we save that for the end? Why didn't we just not do a durability test and maybe just upload that to Twitter later? Why did we feel the need to do a live demo test? But like I said a year ago, and I'm gonna say it again today, I think it's actually good that Tesla had that durability issue on stage, because now they're definitely gonna iron it out and make it even better for the official release to make sure that yes, they can make these promises with Tesla armored glass. And two, it proves how genuine Tesla is and how they're not really putting a lot of attention towards their events and towards their flashy unveilings. Instead, they're putting it towards the product, and there's not a lot of rehearsal and there's not a lot of pre-scheduling with these events. It's kind of run-of-the-mill, do we want to swing a sledgehammer into our product as we unveil it on stage? Yeah, I guess so. May I just mention how this durability test went much, much better, and it was quite an amazing thing to see on stage someone take, a full-on, full-powered swing with a sledgehammer into the side of a vehicle and see that it did not leave a scratch, it did not leave a dent. I can't think of any other prototype or any other unveiling for a pickup truck or especially electric vehicle where the company had the confidence to go out on stage with their product and say, yeah, you can hit this thing with a hammer as hard as you want, it'll be fine, it can take a beating. Much better than a lot of companies that will bring out pushers that aren't even really very functional and they have to be powered through wires behind the stage because the car is barely even capable of driving itself. No, this thing was ready to take a beating, and it's just the prototype. So obviously a lot of people hated the design at first, and it was very much controversial. It was talked about on all kinds of podcasts and TV shows. People were like, this looks dumb, this looks stupid. Some people instantly fell in love with it. Some people considered it timeless, similar to the DeLorean. It stands on its own and it does not age in time. But other people just could not get behind it. And I still know quite a lot of EV YouTubers to this day that are like, yeah, I like Tesla, but I love the sexy lineup and I love the Roadster. I can't get behind such a radical different looking vehicle, and they just can't get behind the Cybertruck design. And to each their own. Personal preference is respectable, and I have no hate towards anyone who just can't get behind the design. But as someone who, when I first saw it unveiled, could not believe what I was seeing, my brain kind of just froze and went, what am I looking at? What is that? It's a very special moment for me, and I know this sounds very Cybertruck fanboyish here, but Cybertruck is part of the reason this whole channel exists. I was mainly making tech videos about Apple and occasionally Tesla, but once I started making videos on the Cybertruck and they took off like content I had never seen before, I realized that it made more sense to bring that audience over to a new channel, a new demographic that was more interested in Tesla and EVs than they were iPhones and iPads and MacBooks. And I said, okay, I think it makes sense to start a new channel because there's so many people that are interested in this, and I don't want a bunch of people watching my Cybertruck video on the tech channel and thinking, oh cool, I'm gonna subscribe because I want more Cybertruck content, and then their sub feed gets filled with videos of iPhones and AirPods and Apple Watches. That would just throw them off, which is why I started this channel in the first place, was to start this community of EV enthusiasts, even if we don't all have one ourselves. And the other special moment, and the reason I'm very grateful I live streamed my reaction to that event a year ago, was because it's very rare nowadays that we ever get to go into a keynote or an event of some kind and truly not know what we're gonna see. We really did not know what the Cybertruck looked like, which I'm impressed by because these days, in the age of the internet, it's almost impossible to keep any design secret. iPhones leak years before they launch sometimes. We know about future generation MacBooks, or you see some leaked images of the Ford Mach-E before Ford unveils it, or before the Hummer EV is unveiled. You get to see some leaked images from a website, and somehow Tesla was able to keep the Cybertruck design under wraps, maybe helped because the teaser image they tweeted out was inaccurate. Like if you try to overlay that image to the real Cybertruck, it doesn't work. For one, it looks like it's made of aluminum. It also has a logo and also has some extra edges that don't. Either way, whatever photo they tweeted out was a prototype and not the official model we actually saw on stage. But it was really special and really valuable to me that when everybody was watching that event, we got to actually see their true, genuine first impression. Not a, oh, I saw this leaked image or I saw this leaked photo and now Tesla is just going to confirm what's already been leaked. That's kind of what I got used to in the Apple world or the Samsung world or the Google world. We get used to all the hardware leaking many, many months before the actual product unveil. But this, we didn't even know the starting price. We didn't know what it was going to look like. We didn't know about the functionality or the features. And we got to truly witness a product for the first time as Tesla intended it. And it's a shame that window shattered on stage. But again, I think it proves how genuine they are with their demos and that they want to make that glass better for the official release. And in case you're wondering for updates, if the Cybertruck is late, no, because they said it would come out by the end of 2021, and they have announced they plan on building it at GigaTexas, which I know I've been plugging Jeff Roberts a lot lately, but I really only bring him up routinely because I think he's working so hard and putting in so many hours to making sure that we can see how the factory in Texas is coming along. And Tesla seems to be crushing it right now. They're putting up lots and lots of metal structures and concrete beams already, getting ready for that first roof or that first floor to be leveled. And if they stay at this pace, it's looking very, very likely that Cybertruck deliveries will take place next year. And I just want to conclude with the point that I am very grateful and thankful there are companies like Tesla that are willing to be the oddballs out. They're willing to be weird and bizarre and challenge the norms, because I, for the longest time, had a predetermined notion on what a Tesla truck would look like. And I always thought a pickup truck had to have a certain way to it and a certain design to it. But it's important for us to challenge our ideas. It's important for us to question the social norms and say, how can we improve? How can we make something better? Because that's how you can find new trends and better technology that we never even thought possible had we have stayed to our traditional styles. And back before the Cybertruck came out, you know, I was a big fan of Tesla's lineup. I was kind of a fan of the Model 3 and Model Y design. I thought that would be my dream ideal car. But once Tesla showed me these benefits and these advantages of going with this stainless steel exoskeleton with all these durability improvements, and even YouTubers started picking up all these benefits of, well, now you have less rust issues to worry about, and no paint job saves you on money, and the straight flat design allows for thicker steel steel to be used, which means you don't have to worry about cars opening their doors and smashing into your car and having to worry about little paint chips, to the point now that a Model 3 or a Model Y wouldn't really be my ideal Tesla anymore. I'd be kind of more interested in the practicality and the functionality of a Cybertruck, or in general, just a smaller sedan that has the cyber aesthetic. I'm all about that stainless steel now, and I want to see these design techniques make their way into more vehicles. And none of that would have happened, none of this realizations could have been made if it weren't for Tesla challenging social norms and saying, we're going to be weird. Yes, everyone's going to think we're crazy to release a truck like this, but the numbers speak for themselves, and Tesla has already said they've counted well over 600,000 pre-orders for the Cybertruck, making it one of the most in-demand electric vehicles and one of the most in-demand vehicles ever announced. And it has truly broken the internet to the point that we're talking about it a year later, and now you're almost shunned online if you say anything bad about the Cybertruck. I've seen perfectly reasonable YouTubers express concerns about it, and they get hated on to death, sometimes unruly. And there definitely are a lot of Cybertruck haters out there. They exist, but my point is, just in a year, it has formulated such a fanboy army of people that can't wait to drive it themselves, can't wait to use it and utilize its pros, and hopefully that fanboy army isn't too annoying for those of you who don't care about the Cybertruck. But hey, why are you watching this if you don't care about it? There must be something of interest if you were willing to click on this video, and the fact that they went against the grain in so many ways, I have to applaud them for. So anyway, happy 1-year birthday to the Cybertruck. Hopefully by next year we can actually see it launch. Feel free to let me know what you guys think is the best feature of the Cybertruck. What are you most excited for? What have you reserved? Have you not reserved one like me? I know, bizarre as it is, I still haven't done it, but all good things come in time. Thank you all for watching. Hope you have an excellent rest of your day. Take care.